So basically now we are going to create our own profiles. As you can see, the sweeps, we can create elements for our walls. We can create the coping. We can create the tile that we need, 45 degrees for the roofing. But we don't have yet, in the sweeps, we don't have yet the profiles that we need. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to keep this. Okay. But I'm going to go now for new family. Okay. And I'm going to look the metric profile. This one, metric profile. Open. And we are going to draw with lines the profile that will be extruded. So for the coping, I'm going to draw, for example, okay, I'm going to draw a coping that is, our parapet is only 10 centi. Let's say 2 centi of plaster each side. So 2 and 2, and I want 1/2 a centi more, so 15 centi, and the height 10 centi only. This is very small coping. This one, I want a 15. Okay. And now thickness of the coping, I want it 2 centi. It's gonna be ceramic. So I go like this, a 10, 15, and then I'm doing offset 2 centi outside. 10 and 15 is the inside, and 2 centi all outside. Okay. The line have to be closed. Okay, have to be a closed loop. If I press with tab, you see that it's highlighted everything. Okay. I know that this copying is not gonna be positioned where I want it exactly, but I'm gonna do it like this. So now save as, not save, save as. If not, I will override the template. Save as ceramic copying. I will say section 51. Okay. Yeah, save as family, and you put the name that you want, and then load into the project. Here, load into the project. Okay. Now I'm gonna do another one for the tile. I go again, new, family, choose again the metric profile, and I'm gonna do the tile. Okay. So line, I'm gonna do a tile 15 by 15. So I'm gonna do the slope tile. I didn't count of this. So 45 degrees. And this dimension, I wanted 15. 15. So this one, I'm gonna erase it. So I made this 15. It's a tile of 15 centi. I'm gonna move this until this position. No, sorry. I want to move this position to here. So I place it there, 15 centi, 45 degrees. I'm gonna continue. 2 centi. And I close my tile. This is just a tile. Okay. If I want to create a mortar for the tile, I will create then this rectangle, but I will create it later. So let's create save as family, 45 degrees tile. And now I'm going to create the mortar down. So create line. I erase the other lines, have this rectangle, save as. As you can see, I'm using one of the profiles to do the one that is next to it. But then I save as 45-degree mortar. Okay, load into the project. I didn't load the tile, so then I will have to load it also. Okay, but let's select again the finishing of the parapet, edit type, edit the structure, go to the sweeps, and now what we are gonna do is change these two elements for the ones that we just created. So I'm gonna create the top one for this coping and the lower one for the 45-degree mortar. I think they are the opposite that we need, but let's check it. But the first thing that we have to do is load down this coping. So in distance, we'll set minus because it has to go down 100. That was height. Okay. So okay, and we will check in the section. Let's go for thick lines. We have to solve a bit more the section. In the upper part is okay, but in the lower part, okay, the upper part is okay. You see, you still have here some space for the plaster outside. Maybe it's small, so we can modify the profile. Okay, it's up to you. But the lower part is low, so we have two options. Option one, manually from here, we go up from the arrow. Okay. Option two, we have created our roof, so we know the size. So we can select it, come to the offset and write it down. But as you can see, it's the same. You have 295 already here. When I did it manually, it will appear here, the number. Okay, so now I have the number. I can select any of the other parapet finishings and press this number. I don't have to go one by one. Okay, or if I have to create now the other ones, I can create it. Let's go for the architecture section. Oops, this was from yesterday. So as you can see, you have the coping, okay? And I don't see because it's in the other, let's see, in the other position. And I have the tile. I'm gonna choose this one, and in the offset, 295. That was the height that I needed. Okay, you see, you have the mortar. Now I have to load into the project the tile that I have done and place it. So basically, I'm placing all these elements to have my finishing. Okay, and I've got it on the section, and I will got it also in the 3D. Yep. So I'm gonna create now two slabs. The 2D detail for the joint. I have already the two slabs and the beams. So first of all, the thing that I'm gonna do is join my columns, my beams with the slab. So I select my beam, joint, and I will join both. So you see, we have continuity from the structure. The problem is this is not real. So one option is to have this, the other option is to have this. If we have this, we should create here for the 2D for the 2D detail, we should create a mask. Okay, in annotation, we should create a region. But for a 3D detail, what we have to do is create a fake beam, so it will show up. If we don't do this, we can make it together, but the reality is that this is a slab on grade, and the slab on grade is not connected to the slab. Even though, for making it easy, as we only have 5 minutes before you have to go, I'm gonna do it connected. Okay, so I'm gonna join both things, as instead of being a slab on grade, this would be our suspended slab. This would be a suspended slab, not a slab on grade. Okay, I'm gonna change to 1 to 20 so I can see properly what I'm doing. This is not well done. Joint should be here, so I'm gonna align everything to the joint. Okay, the beam should be in the same position of the column, also the slab. So what I'm gonna do now is to create in 2D and in 3D the two rubbers that is gonna be the joint between my building. Okay, so to create the rubber, there's two ways. First way, component, model in place. I'm gonna create flooring, floor, slab joint. I'm gonna create it the difficult way. First, set, pick a plane, and we need one element that is in the plane that we want to play. Okay, so with the tab, I'm gonna use the beam. You see how the beam is selected, all the lines of the beam. This will mean that I'm gonna draw on the same face of that beam. I need an element. If I don't have a wall, a beam, a column, or something I can select that, I won't be able to draw. I will have to go to a floor plan. But this time, I want to draw it on projection. Okay, so I'm gonna select this element. Okay, I repeat it, pick a plane, with the tab, I select it, and now I can draw. So I'm gonna do extrusion, and I'm gonna draw. Okay, I'm gonna draw 5 by 5. If we want to make it with a casket of metal and then the rubber, we have to do two extrusions. So we can do one, and now do like this, just 2 milli, but with thick lines it's gonna be difficult to see it, so let's go to thin lines. Okay, so we go like this, escape, and I'm creating a casket. Usually I won't do it. It's so small that we won't see it. If it's not in a detail 1 to 5, I'm gonna go for the section 1 to 5, but this you should do it directly on the call out. Okay, if you are doing this in the section as I'm doing it, you won't see it. This you should do it in the call out directly. Okay, so okay, you see it, and finish model. I select it, go to the plan. You see, I have created my casket all around in the plan. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate the architectural 3D, duplicate, and now I'm gonna look for the joint, this joint here. So I will do section box,